Hi, welcome to Smoke Time. I am Chandler, a magic practitioner, and today I am sharing my luck and opportunity spell with you. This is going to be the crafting video. I will have a casting video up in case you just want to claim some of that energy, but if you want to craft some for yourself, which I definitely recommend, stay tuned and I'll be showing you my magic sauce for that. This is everything except the candle that I'm going to be using in this working. And I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it and break it all down so that you can just jump right into it and break it all down. Because the quicker we can get to manifesting, the better. Today I plan on making bulk of this spell mix. So I'm going to be crafting all of that, like mixing it up in my little cauldron with my mixing wand here. Um, because I don't want all of it to go for just this one working. I definitely want to have some of this to kind of recast and call upon later in the future. So that's where we're starting. We're starting with the cauldron. Right, to start off, I felt like this was a very good thing to use for the base of this spell. This is black pepper, and I'm adding this for protection, removing negativity, and giving me some extra courage right now. As always, I'm gonna hit it with the thyme. I just have to. It's like the best thing ever. And I'm adding this for strength, focus, and courage. And it's got a little bit of stability behind it as well. All right, oregano for luck, health, happiness, and good fortune. Just, this is the good vibe stuff. All right, in this jar, I have some catnip, and I'm gonna be adding this for, whoa, okay. For luck, attraction, protection, and calm, but that's a lot, so we're adding a lot. I will be adding 2 black tea bags, and these are for strength, focus, courage, and stability. Really calling on the strength and stability with this one. Right, adding some rosemary for strength, protection, clarity, and enhancing intuition. Right, hitting it with the sugar for attracting luck, sweetness, favor, and this one enhances, oh my god, enhances intentions. All right, this is ground coffee, a whole jar of it. But this is for energy, grounding, focus, and speed. It just felt very fitting for a spell that I'm trying to use to gain employment to use coffee and sugar. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna try really hard to not make a super big mess with this, but I am going to be using these ashes in this working. Oh gosh, let's see if I can get them in. So these are good for change, growth, focus. There's a lot of protection and, where was it? Yeah, grounding all up in this. Growing from the ashes towards something better. All right, these are some wood shavings that I just took from like a twig. Not that twig, a different twig. But I'm gonna be adding these because these are really good for protection and specifically opportunity. What else should I say? As well as like amplifying of abundance and prosperity. It definitely made a mess, so I'm just gonna take the rest of what's on the desk and just add it into there. Just going to stir some intentions clockwise because I want to receive the energy, the thoughts, the manifestations, like I said, the intentions from this. So I guess I'll just kind of use this moment to clarify like what I'm making and kind of why I'm giving this spell out to you guys. I have used this spell in the past. I call it my luck and opportunity spell, mostly to just like job hunt, and it's been very successful in the past. I tend to cast this before like an interview, but this time I'm doing it before I try to apply to anything because I'm curious to see if it's going to influence the kinds of jobs that I can see around me. Yeah, that's the thought behind it. But there's a lot of like stability and grounding, the betterment for yourself in here. Everything that I do in my workings is layers upon layers of not just to meet one need, but to meet a grand need to benefit myself in the long run, no matter what, even if I ask for something maybe very specific, like a job. If I don't get it, I am still going to get a benefit of growing myself and my stability and my grounding and my boundaries, whatever it may be. But I know I'm definitely gonna get hopefully a very good opportunity, but I will most certainly get an opportunity from this. This will be a good moment to segue into the magic words for this working. I'll go ahead and read them here. I'm gonna have this, like, of course, in the casting video, but in case you would like to use the same words for this crafting, this is what I'll be using. I just kind of want to say it, fold it up towards myself and to the universe, because I am giving this energy away for anybody to claim in that casting video. But I like to fold it up and add it in to my fully thought out spell mix, so we will be doing that. But first, let me read this for you. Stability and grounding to feel growth and change, protection from any negativity against my will, amplification of connections and intuition, strength and confidence in actions, attracting favor and luck and opportunities, success and obstacles to overcome, and balance throughout. And I always just say thank you, because I really do appreciate the universe and my guides, my friends, you know, the spirits around me helping me out with this. So thank you. Okay, I have folded and successfully pinched my petition into my go-to star shape, because my thoughts are if I pinch it into a star, it will go far. So now that it's all compact, I'm just gonna add that in there and get back to thinking about my intentions for this spell mix. Very much want these words all over this. They mean a lot to me and to this working in general, so. All right, marinated petition. Yeah, that always just feels so good. Okay. I just realized I also didn't clarify that I was going to be using an orange candle for this working. If you don't have access to an orange candle, I would definitely just either go with a black or a white. I think those would work well. If you have a gold candle, I definitely recommend a gold candle. I do not have a gold candle, so I opted for the orange instead. This one's really good for confidence, motivation, success, action, control, and attraction. So this just works so well with what we're doing. Okay, so to anoint the candle, I am going to be using honey. This is really good for sweetness, attraction, luck, connections, and amplifying energy. And I like how this like binds the spell mix to the candle a little more than oils do. So I'm gonna add honey. All right, I'm sorry that I can't really show me anointing and rolling it on camera. Just know that I did roll it towards myself, again, to try to like receive the energy from what we're doing here. But yeah, it just gets really messy, so I always have to go clean my hands after. Okay, so this is a pizza tray that has been retired from that job, that I'm going to be using today as the biggest casting surface ever. My thoughts were I didn't want anything with edges on it because that felt very limiting for something that's reaching for opportunity and chances. So I wanted a circle. And I figured I might as well go big or go home, give me the biggest plate for the best benefit, you know, that was the thought. So casting surface, I recommend a circle. I'm gonna go ahead and, again, off camera, I'm sorry, kind of burn the bottom of this and just get it to stick in the middle. At least aim for the middle as best that I can. Oh my gosh, it took 3 matches, but I got it on there, so we're good. Here is the rest of what was left over that didn't end up on the candle and didn't end up like in my little saving spot. So I'm just going to take these now, and again, go clockwise around it to just represent that I want to receive this energy. Here are the lovely gems that I would recommend for this working. This is selenite. It's really good for protection, growth, clarity, and connections. And I always like to put it in the back of my workings so that it kind of like has my back. This is black tourmaline or tourmaline. I've heard it a few different ways. But this is also for protection, grounding, stability, strength, banishing of negativity, balance, and connections. And I really like to put this one in between me and the working so that it catches like any of that negativity. This is moonstone. This is really good for new beginnings, balance, and enhancing intuition. and I'm gonna put that to my left. Right, this is magnesite, at least that's how I believe you say it. And this is for grounding, balance, clarity, and connection. So I want to put this one to my right. All right, and then out of any of them, I think I honestly recommend this one the most. And you'll see why. So this is green advertine. This is really good. Whoa. For growth, attraction, luck, balance, favor, and it's known as the Stone of Opportunity. So I do recommend this one, and I'm going to put that kind of right there so that it's in, yeah, you see, like the line towards me. All right, other things that I recommend are pine cones. These are for protection, change, intuition, and strength. And I'm just gonna kind of put these wherever I feel just. Whoa, now, whoa. Okay, cool. All right, this is just a twig I specifically really like to use as a representation tool in my witchcraft. So I use this for growth, change, protection, and connections. And I always like to put this again near me and in between the spell candle itself. So I think that looks good, like right there. Great. This is a old walnut shell, and I will be using this for protection, wisdom, and potential. And I'm honestly gonna put that right there. That's what feels good. All right, and then I have this key to represent growth, potential, transformation, and change. Like this behind the spell working by like the selenite. I want it pointing forward in my direction. Oh my god, in my direction of moving forward because I am seeking opportunities. I want this to open up the doors when I get there. All right, up next, the tarot cards. This was actually the first time for me. I did like a spontaneous tarot reading halfway in the middle of coming up with the spell recipe. And I ended up just kind of asking, like, hey, you know what I'm doing? You know, I'm working on this. What cards do you think should be in this working? And I got 4 cards, and they're all so good for this, so let's break them down. The first card that jumped out at me was the Six of Wands. This is for victory, success, clarity, realization of dreams, and obstacles overcome. 3 of Wands reversed. I promise it's not like a scary one this time. It is the end of troubles, end of disappointment, and toil. So I was like really shocked, but really glad that it pulled this one out for me. All right, I am really starting to like the Nine of Cups. This one also popped out, and this is here for cheerfulness, well-being, victory, success, and advantage. All right, I was a little scared when this originally popped up, but I do understand why it's a part of this working, and I'm grateful that it decided to be a part of it. So this represents cycles, major change, but also success on that front. With these cards, I'm just gonna kind of put them in the, we're gonna put quotations on that, on the corners, because that just kind of feels right to me. Right. It's like ridiculously large, but there it all is put together. So the only thing that's left to do is to add the petition on top of the candle. Let's see if I can get that just on the first try here. You can do it, come on. This is also another reason why I pinch it into a star. Okay, that's not bad. All right, I am almost out, but this is my thyme and rosemary oil that I made. This is good for focus, strength, amplifying your intuition and your intentions, and just a generic amplifier. And a thing I've been doing lately with that oil I just told you about, I just put 2 drops right on top. Not for any specific reason. 2's just my favorite number, or at least one of them. And I really like just having that kind of be all over it, so it feels right. Yay! All right. And there is the fully crafted spell. All that's left to do is to go ahead and cast it. But like I said, I really wanted to share this in case you would like to also craft this up. and gain some luck in your opportunities. I really like this spell. I just went through and reworked it from the original one that always did so well for me, and really put more passion and amplification into it. So I'm very excited to see the outcomes of this, and I hope it serves you guys well. If you found this video, it's coming to you for a reason. But yeah, thank you if you stuck along the whole time, and please feel free to change any part of this working. Use what calls to you and take out what doesn't. If you like my vibes and like my magic, I post every Tuesday and Saturday right now, and I'd really love to be here and just share my craft with you and kind of document my life and help anybody out with that. That makes me so happy and means so much to me. But I'm just rambling now. So thank you for watching the video.